No matter what your intellect and IQ is, if you don't show up, it doesn't matter.
It just doesn't matter.
Today's Tuesday.
I loved your show.
You guys have the spark, and I want that spark.
This reminds me of a little girl from a steel town who had the dream to dance. The deck was stacked against Alex. You know how she overcame those odds? She literally had to become a maniac.
Are you talking about Flashdance?
Showtime.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to NSS. This is the Reynolds Report. Movie theater chain AMC is looking into the possibility of charging different prices for different seats within the same theater. Someone who's a member of the AMC Stubs reward program said a survey sent home to some of its program members asks where they like to sit in a theater and if they'd be willing to pay more or less money for more desirable seats or less desirable seats. Another AMC Stubs member confirmed the survey on Twitter. Donald Trump is the first president to lose Gallup's annual poll of the most admired man during his first full year in office. Gerald Ford didn't win the honor in 1974, but he'd only been president for 4 months when the poll was conducted. He assumed the role of commander-in-chief after Richard Nixon resigned in August 1974. Secretary of State Henry Kissinger was named the most admired man that year. To make matters worse for Trump, the man who Americans looked up to most in 2017 is his predecessor, Barack Obama.
It's time for Things I've Learned from Seinfeld.
Hey, do you believe I got Happy New Year today?
I once got Happy New Year in March.
Disgusting.
It's pathetic.
That's it for Things I've Learned from Seinfeld.
Much of the country is in an Arctic cold snap, but the weather in Los Angeles is 71 and hazy, just like Donald Trump. In fact, it's so cold, people are shaking like Roy Moore trying to get into the mall to return Christmas presents. Meanwhile, Donald Trump tweeted out praise for a student group a day after their director sent a racist tweet. You know, if only the President of the United States had access to resources that can prevent something like this. Jerusalem plans to name a train stop after Donald Trump. You can't miss it. It'll be the one with the KFC showing Fox News. A 1939 Mercedes used by Hitler is going to auction this month. It's a rare model considered a high point of automotive engineering. And it's in great condition except for the brakes. Yeah, it has trouble stopping at borders. In Japan, the same country that had the Fukushima disaster, the world's largest power plant has been given permission to fire back up. So much for a Happy New Year. Authorities in Nepal have rescued the country's last 2 remaining dancing bears. The bears were underfed and treated horribly by their owners. The only thing sadder than a bear in captivity is a bear in captivity forced to do the Macarena. A woman on her first date with a man in Houston became irate and damaged over $300,000 worth of his art collection. Why do I get the feeling that all her dates are first dates? The staff of Dr. Phil is accused of supplying guests with alcohol and drugs. You know, if I were going to spend an hour with Dr. Phil, I wouldn't want to be sober either. According to a new report, over the past year, the world's 500 richest people became $1 trillion richer. Well, that's a relief. Hey, rich people, nobody gives a f***. An Italian clothing company has won the legal right to name its company Steve Jobs. Yeah, the turtleneck is Steve and the jeans are Jobs. Hey, Italian clothes. Nobody gives a f***. The latest research shows that vitamin D and calcium don't actually prevent broken bones. But what does prevent broken bones is staying inside and paying someone else to shovel your driveway. Hey, vitamin D. Nobody gives a f***. Thanks, everybody. We have a new episode of the Reynolds Report for you every weekday. Be sure to check out NSS Live, starring Frank D'Angelo and his celebrity panel of guests, including the legendary Phil Esposito. Tuesdays and Thursdays. NSS Live.